brethren and sisterlings. How are you still tomorrow? How are you keeping yesterday? And I hope today finds you well. So yes, my name is Owen and welcome to my video. This video is brought to you by me, and I want to talk about what I've experienced in the last 1.5 months of just eating raw food, with the exception of a little bit of peanut butter, a few weeks ago. I had it in the first 2 weeks. I had a bit of peanut butter, maybe around 4 or 5 times total in the last 1.5 months, with some dates, no big deal. And I also had rice milk many times, but that's a liquid. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a tweak. I'm happy. It's not my identity. I'm not a raw foodist. I'm not a nothing. The only thing I am is a divine being of source, energy, consciousness, frequency, vibration. Woo! So, and a human being in a human body. I'm a divine being in a human body. So yes, human and divine being. I'm not any other label. So I'm feeling good today, as you can see. But I have to say that in the last 2 weeks I've had low energy and I haven't been very playful. I've been feeling fairly off. I think Detox kicked in ever since I started taking a whole lot of intestinal pulling powders around a week and a half ago. Detox really kicked in, I was taking psyllium, bentonite clay, activated charcoal, ginger powder, and then yeah, I think that's it, it's so strong, it really rips your intestines. It doesn't really it just helps you to pluck out and get some old waste in your intestines. And basically my detox symptoms, what are they? Well, I did make previous videos on this, but just a quick recap. Yeah, so lately I've been feeling more tired except for today. Yesterday I did an enema for the only time I've done an enema with just water. Dust, smoke. So yeah, apart from feeling fatigue and malaise, tiredness, a bit yeah, I've had a pretty sensitive system, so having too many avocados did make me feel a bit sluggish. Detox made me feel a bit sluggish. So then I started cutting back and having less to no rice milk. No, I wasn't having any peanut butter anymore anyway. And then I started having just simpler, more fruits, simpler stuff, maybe some almond milk. But I found too much almond milk was a little bit easy to take, and that made me feel tired-ish too. So my body's become very sensitive, and I feel part of that is ascension, to be honest, raising my consciousness and frequency and becoming a superhuman. You know yourself, superhuman, right? You're becoming superhuman too because you're on Earth. Unless you're watching from others, from the Arcturus system. No, but really, it wasn't fun, I have to say, too much detoxing. Too little energy. I was getting more sleep, and oh my goodness, waking up not feeling full of energy like I usually do. And I also started having some chocolate sometimes, some raw chocolate. Even occasionally a little bit vegan chocolate, but usually raw chocolate. Almond bars are really tasty. But I find they stimulate me too much, the caffeine, and then I'm feeling tired the next day. But I haven't squirted my juices in around 3 to 4 weeks now, probably around closer to 3.5, 4 weeks. Like a water pistol. So yes, I am in a relationship with my soul flame, my twin partner mate. Yes, my rainbow soul partner. So that's really good, better than ever. Writing a book on how to have 4 or 5D relationships, including attracting your soulmate relationship. But yeah, that's going to be wonderful. You're going to love it in the summer. It's going to come out. That and my other free book about self-awareness, which is really good. I like that too. And my new little website. You're going to like it. You're going to love the relationship book. You really are. It's just tremendous. It's just a kick-ass book. I love it so much. Deep down in my heart, highly recommend it. And I love it so much. But it's not ready yet, but it will be. But yeah, other than that, for the first month and a week, I was feeling pretty good. Less mucus. Even lately, my breathing is better than ever, so that's a good thing. I also find having clean bed sheets and a clean pillowcase important for anyone who has sinus or congestion issues or breathing, but definitely less mucus overall. Still getting a bit of mucus, like I'm still getting a clear mucus as I kind of always kind of do, but less, and a little bit of yellow mucus sometimes. That's a detox symptom, you know. So Tiffany asked, what's my detox symptom? So this is for Tiffany and everybody else. I did find in the first week, I got like big globs of mucus, and even in the first month, but especially the first like week, it was a big blob of clear mucus, you know, like just leaking out from behind my throat. Other than that, I also found my vision is improved now. It feels really good, and it improved in the first like 2 weeks, I'd say, as well. So that's a really nice bonus. Like, it definitely feels better now. It feels much better now than it was a while ago, like even 2 weeks ago, even a week ago. So I do feel detox is real. Like, I know it's real, but I do feel I've gained some in the last. So today I slowed down my detox a little bit by just having a bar. Like, it was actually like a bar from the shop, like a gas station. Peanut butter, dark chocolate on the outside with some almonds. So yeah, that wasn't 100% raw. So the peanuts weren't 100% raw. Almond, I don't know, probably roasted, who knows, but it wasn't brown, which is good. Don't like dark, burnt type of heavy roasted nuts whatsoever. Had a bit of rice milk today for the first time in a few days. I'm going to have some salad. I haven't had any salad or avocados in around 4 days, maybe 5 days now. But I'm going to have some now because I just wanted to slow down with detox, because I had no cravings the entire time, basically speaking. Even resisted like vegan, delicious like burgers, tasty burgers that my family got around 3 weeks ago while visiting my mum. But today, yeah, my family getting some vegan pizza. That's cool with me, I don't really mind. You know, I've learned that I can't force my family, or I don't want to pressurize them either, or try and control them, because each to their own. You know, we all have different body, mind, spirit, emotional states, and we eat for our emotional and social needs the most. So we're going through emotional disturbance, not feeling the best, or when we're socializing, we're not feeling good about feeling good in ourselves and socializing and eating differently, or there's temptations that's got through emotional, and we see things in front of us, or smell. Obviously that's physical too. Smells can be addictive, and so are tastes. Cooked food is addictive, but I don't want to get all serious or on anyone's tail, like pressurizing them. I found in my own life I had to just keep letting myself eat it and taste it, and then eventually I have too much, and I'm like, I've had enough of that. And I might repeat this pattern a few times possibly, but in the end I'm like, that's going to be seriously reduced, or not inspired to have any more in my own life. So I let other people go through the motion, and myself, of getting what I want and just getting sick of it, or bored of it, or tired of it. And as I've done my own emotional healing, that's been the biggest change where I crave less. So it is definitely emotional and social thing, our diet. It's definitely physical too. When you have weaker adrenals or a weaker constitution like I kind of have, definitely it's much harder, 100%. I've seen this with other people with like stronger constitutions. It's so easy for them, much easier, even easy. But most people it's not easy to change your diet whatsoever. So yeah, other symptoms. Yeah, my to be honest, like since I've been eating like no bars, no rice milk, and no salads with seasonings, and like I've just been eating very simply lately, and I tend to go to bed in much like lighter stomach, like much a lighter digestive system these days. So I did 7 months all raw 3 times in my life. Back then I was having much more raw chocolate, much more sort of salads or raw bars, or like almond milk and nuts and seeds, like a lot heavier, you know. This is the lightest I've ever eaten raw food, which definitely will facilitate more detox. I first discovered raw food and veganism 15 years ago. I switched to vegan overnight. Yeah, that was an interesting thing. Had some detox headaches. Eating meat twice a day before the age of 24. Like definitely big, kind of fairly big, just a standard American, standard European diet, you know. But yeah, my farts, basically my poop, were much lighter in the last week, I have to say. They're definitely far fainter, which is really good. And I do get a sort of a faint smell of like stuff like bacon rashers, bacon rashers, like ham, type of like pork, type of smell, which happens when I'm starting to eliminate from my small intestine. And I got like much more. I always get a lot of it out, like even chunks and like strands and bits. When I'm doing an intestinal cleanse, cleaning my small intestine, because that's where all the junk is, because that's where we eat and it goes into our small intestine first. So I'm still getting that out, but not chunks and blobs and balls and like strands. Like, but after doing the intestinal cleanses, because I've been eating still all raw and still fairly light, it's still eliminating, but it's just not as much when I was doing the cleanses with the powder. Those powders really had me not feeling very good, I have to say. Like, I'd feel good sometimes, or average to good enough, like okay, kind of. But when I took it 2 days running, it would make me feel really not good in the second day. I highly wouldn't recommend typically doing it every day, unless you're doing possibly 1 or 2 enemas a day to try and get it out of you as quick as possible. But even enemas can be like habit forming or addictive, and if you do an enema instead of a poop, I always do an enema, not anymore, but I used to do enemas for a long time, for a good few years, but I'd always do it after my poop. So it's not a substitute for my poop, it's just an additional cleanse after my poop. But even still, I feel it like could have an effect for a while on your natural peristalsis and then movement of your... Oh no, I can't believe I've just forgot something. Okay, I'm distracting myself in the video. I have to collect something. Let me see if I can just reverse. Not too far to go. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'm not necessarily against a lot of things or enemas either, or not against urine therapy. I practiced urine therapy for quite a long time too, but I kind of feel like I just want to increase my normal vitality and normal perfect bodily function through detoxification, natural living practices, that's all. But I'm not against them, you know. But I want to just want to get my health up normally, if you know what I'm saying, without hormonal replacement through urine therapy. The best thing with urine therapy is just stay hydrated, like by drinking a lot of your own pee. Like, that's the best thing, you stay hydrated. You never really get dehydrated. And it's so easy to get dehydrated if you don't drink enough water on a raw food diet or liquids, or if you just eating cooked food. It's so easy to get dehydrated, whereas if you're having your pee like regularly, you just keep peeing all the time. Still, not exactly my thing anymore at the moment anyway. So yeah, another like bad detox symptom I had was just, apart from the tiredness, was tired at night as well, and kind of tired in the day. Like, I was even going to bed like yesterday I started going almost to bed like 7:30 or something crazy, like maybe 8, but then I was kind of minding like one of our kids, you know, like so I didn't really get to sleep probably till around 9:30 or 9, maybe 9ish, yeah, 8:45, 9. And other than that's because like yesterday after the enema I just felt lousy. I think it's because I didn't have enough liquids, maybe the enema did something, I don't really know. But today is the best I felt in a long time, and I did get a really good sleep last night too. I filtered really good, my filtration's improved a lot. But yeah, other nights I'm just like tired. I went to bed at 8, half 8, 9, half 9. Just trying to like catch up with my energy, because when I go to bed earlier I usually have a lot more energy. Going to bed early is like pivotal. Like, if I was single, or even if it wasn't, I am, and I'd want to go to bed like 7:30, 8, because you prime up your energy for the next day. Like, seriously, unless it's summer and it's still bright at like, you know, 8, 9, 10 and all this sort of stuff. But people I know with the most energy go to bed at like they aim for 8 and 9 at the latest. Like, I don't know, even less, 7:30, depends. But that's phenomenal. Like, I really recommend going to bed early. So, but even going to bed early, I'm still tired. So I have to say, in the last week and a half, I really was detoxing a lot, and I did try detox more with the intestinal powders, maybe some like apple cider vinegar or lemon juice, and yeah, too much detox sucks. That's all I can say. It kind of like sucks your life a little bit. So I'd recommend balance. So today I'm feeling way better. My breathing's clear, my vision seems better, I have way more energy all day long. I've been on the go all day. So I guess it was detox. I wasn't sure what it was. Like, with all I know, like, I kind of suspected it was like. I suspected it was detox, but I wasn't sure if it could be something different else as well. But I wasn't, yeah, it's all good. That's all I want to say. Ding, 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 dong. So another thing that kind of sucked when I was detoxing too much was I'd sometimes used to go running, and then I just didn't have the energy to run. Like, I'd go to the forest or go to the beach, and I'd either start to run and I'd like immediately feel like, oh, I'm so heavy, like my body's tired, and I just quit. Or I might just try it again 1 or 2 more times after that. But then I just quit, because in the past I got myself into deep trouble physically by forcing myself to exercise when I was fatigued or also tired. I wrecked my health by over exercising. It's called overtraining. I just went from 10 out of 10 energy, basically speaking, and 10 9, like just crazy fitness. Felt I'd had endless energy. I could run all day long. 7 days a week athlete. I went to being basically crippled and disabled. Like 1 out of 10 energy. I was in bits. I was wrecked, exhausted, depleted. I smashed myself through fanatical thinking like mind over matter. Be extreme was my motto. Exercise makes you stronger. I was really like egotistical and like macho, like I'm the strongest, I'm the best. Well, maybe not the best, but used to be the strongest and fastest, basically speaking. There's like, who cares about that anyway? I don't give a shit about that anymore. But that's what I was when I was 20. I was used to being basically nearly always the fittest and strongest. So I was just a young little boy. So yeah, I feel much brighter just jogging to the shop there. Sometimes I do a little jog, but I just do it for a minute or 2 or 3 or something. Very rarely though. But at the beginning of, I think, all raw, like 6 weeks ago, I think my energy was more or less fine, you know? It felt pretty good. So just be careful detoxing too much, my friends, unless you're single and you don't care, like going through hardship and you have to rest. If you do exercise more, or if you have the energy, the more you like keep exercising, generally you detox less, quite significantly, typically. But if you have the energy, the health, because I'm coming from a place where like I have significant health impairment and I have a huge amount of recovery still to do, you know. So for someone who never like had really sort of like impaired health severely, and someone who had stronger adrenals and stronger constitution, they could easily probably do some exercise. But if you want to push exercise, you'll detox a lot less. But if you want to just do some, you know, like walking or like mild jogging, it depends, like I said, your adrenal, like how much energy you have, your vitality, what the Chinese call jing. Between that, your adrenal power, your constitution, and how much you like messed up your body from diet or drugs or surgeries, etc., or whatever. It's different for everybody, my friend. So like, I encourage you to learn like wisdom, and which comes from maturity, experience, and just personal growth, you know. And understand one size doesn't fit everybody the same way. I do feel we all are basically fruit-based, raw creatures. Raw for sure, but that's like a given, it's pure common sense. But I think we're both mostly fruit eaters for sure, fruits and leaves. Yes, I think that's what everybody has the most vitality and power. I don't think we're omnivores. We may have done some omnivore in the past, possibly. Well, we're still doing it, but it doesn't lead anywhere good, in my opinion. I'll make another video about like why some people quit raw veganism and say they feel better on omnivore next time, okay? Another time, okay? So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this video. Lots of love. I'll just give updates periodically and give a fuller, in-depth video like this. So yeah, that's more or less the benefits and the disadvantages. What I recommend to people is just generally try and like balance your detox. So like you balance your detox by either to slow down detox and have more energy because you're detoxing less, is you eat more or you eat heavier or you eat drier. So for example, a perfect example of someone with detox today would be having the nut bar covered with some dark chocolate around the edge. One, it's dry. Second, it's partially to largely cooked, I guess you could say. Yeah, it's partially like it's partially cooked for sure, and it has, yeah, it's dry cooked and it's heavier because it's nuts. It also has a little bit of chocolate, but not too much, so it's a little bit of a stimulant there, but luckily it's not too much, it's like a smaller amount, so that hits all the markers for like more energy. Not that you want to have too much stimulants now, I don't really recommend that, because that can be tiring the next day, to be honest, because your body's recovering from having a revved up metabolism. So yeah, if you want to detox faster, take an intestinal cleansing powder, eat less, do more intermittent fasting, be hungrier more often, basically eat less, and eat lighter, like fruits or even fruit juice is definitely very detoxing. Like I swear to God it is. Mandarin juice I had one time, the last time I was doing all fruits for a week, just fruits only. I started feeling pretty lousy, or I even fell asleep one afternoon from taking a mixture of mandarin juice, empty stomachs a lot, and just fruits. Like, I wasn't my usual self. I was pretty lethargic and tired, even more so than this last week and a half. So thankfully I can hopefully slow down my detox a little bit, but still cleanse, but a more even paced though, you know. Alright my friends, lots of love. I hope this video helped. Tried to make it thorough, but I also had to do stuff, so yeah, I hope it helped a lot. I'm sure it does. Take care. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment, as you love all that. And check in my Herb Store, 20% off first time subscribers for coaching and healing and family relationship and family relationship and personal healing and coaching. That's my passion and purpose. Food is second, supports your consciousness. And other than that, I'll talk to you, and I'll see you again next time. Lots of love.